What's going on, guys? There's a word that's been thrown around a lot the past year that I just kind of wanted to cap off on and kind of explain what it is and how I'm one of those and how a lot of other people are without even sort of trying. So the word is Powerbuilder. And what it is it means you work out like a powerlifter and a bodybuilder. Now, to a lot of people, it's a new thing and everyone's kind of crazy about it. To me, I've been lifting like that for about 3 years now. So basically the way it works is that you do your squat, bench, and deadlift several times throughout the week, and then you do all of your bodybuilding accessory movements. So just to go into kind of my routine, on Monday, I do deadlift and squat, anywhere from 2 reps to 5 reps at the most. Yesterday was Monday of this week, and I actually did just doubles. I did 385 for 2 reps on the deadlift, followed by a couple sets of 5 with 315, and then I did 385 on the squat with barely hit 2 reps. Wasn't really the best depth, but still. And I did 2 sets of 315 of 7 reps on squats. Still a little strong on squats and I'm on deadlift, and I'm trying to bring up my deadlift a little bit. So Monday is just strictly a power day for me. I'm not doing any sort of bodybuilding stuff. Sometimes I do some accessory stuff. Sometimes I do some stair stepper for cardio, but just mainly squat and deadlift on that day. So it's power day for me. Tuesday is what I call an upper body power day. So it's one of the most difficult days of the week because I do my entire upper body. I do 1 power exercise per body part. What I do on Tuesday normally is I will start out with a heavy bench press. My heavy bench press right now is more along the lines of the upper echelon as far as reps go. I'm going from 5 to 7 just because I'm trying to really go more into the hypertrophy range on my bench press, as opposed to just do anywhere from 2 to 3 reps and get neurological adaptation. I'm trying to really get more fiber there. My second exercise on Tuesday is overhead press, and on that I'm also trying to build a little bit of hypertrophy, so I'm 5 to 7 on there. After that, you've got the Pinlay row, which is basically a row where I go all the way down to the ground and then come all the way up. You, instead of letting the weight kind of hang, you actually let it hit all the way at the ground and come back up with it. So that's the Pinlay row. It's sort of like a cross variation between a conventional row and a straight leg deadlift, if you will. Makes it a lot harder. You can't really cheat as much. On that right now, I'm around 4-ish reps. After that, you've got the cable close grip pull down or wide grip pull down, just depending on which one I'm going for that week. There's some undulation there as far as if I do a close grip or a wide grip pull down. That's anywhere from 4 to 6 reps, a couple sets. And then after that, you've got a dumbbell or barbell curl, 4 to 6 reps. And then you have either a close grip bench press or a tricep cable pull down. So that's my Tuesday upper body power day. It's a little bit right now because I've undulated it up in reps a little bit. My Tuesday is a little bit more towards bodybuilding style. I would still call it a power day. It's just on the upper echelon of power days. It's not one of the strict powerlifting power days where I've got 2 to 3 reps. And also, I wouldn't really recommend do 2 to 3 reps on every lift, not on the accessory movements. You can do that on the core lifts like squat, bench, and deadlift, but on some of the accessory movements, you don't really want to do 2 to 3 reps. But anyways, those are my 2 power days. I consider those my 2 powerlifting days. Wednesday is off. I'm either doing cardio or just resting on that day. Thursday is my legs bodybuilding or legs hypertrophy day, which is I basically do the same movements, squat and deadlift, and then I just add in a couple more exercises like a leg press and then leg extension, um, hamstring curls, calf press, and on all those exercises I'm going for about 3 to 4 sets, anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. This week is probably going to be up to 12 reps this week, and that does kind of undulate back and forth depending on how I'm feeling that day. But anyways, that is the first bodybuilding hypertrophy day of the week for legs. Friday, I actually have a chest and arms hypertrophy day. So you've got a couple of different chest movements. You've got your bench press, your incline flat bench press, and then a couple of dumbbell movements, and then I move into tris and bis. So sometimes I do some skull crusher variations, usually dumbbell skull crusher variations. I'm not really too big on the easy curl bar because of the range of motion that it forces you into. I just don't feel like it's good for your elbows. So I sort of stay towards the dumbbell skull crushers to work on the longer head of the tricep. I'll also do some tricep cable pushdowns. Sometimes I'm using the rope and sometimes I'm using the little straight bar. Sometimes on that day I'll also do a tricep close grip bench press. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day yet again. Sometimes I would just do a tricep dip machine. For biceps on that day, I will usually do, starting out with supinating dumbbell curls, and I'm going for 8 to 12 reps. Sometimes I will do the barbell curls first. Usually that's in there somewhere, dumbbell curls and then barbell curls. For instance, last week I actually started out with my bicep movements with a barbell curl, and then I went to dumbbell curls. This week probably going to switch it up a little bit. As long as I'm still getting the 2 lifts in there and I'm progressing on the 2 lifts, it's cool. I usually end my bicep training with some sort of variated or advanced cable curl. There's a couple of different ways you can do cable curls, but on all these exercises on Friday, I'm going for 8 to 12 reps as well. And then Saturday is the last day in my split for the week, and it is a back and shoulders day. On this day, I normally start out with a overhead press and some bodyweight pull-ups, and that's how I get the day started off at the gym. Usually I'll go to, after that I'll go to some single arm dumbbell press and some seal rows. And seal rows are, if you've never tried seal rows, you're basically laying your chest on the bench so that you can't get any momentum and just rowing. You're kind of laying down like this on the bench with your chest in the middle of the bench, your feet straight out, and you're just kind of rowing up and then letting it hang back down. So it's kind of an isolation variation of the dumbbell row. And I've just taken a liking lately in the single arm dumbbell shoulder press. I get a good isolation, I get a good squeeze, a little better than I do in the regular conventional shoulder press with the dumbbell. I tend to use a little less weight and just, I feel like I get a better contraction overall. And on the days where I actually do the overhead press, I don't need that compound movement for a conventional dumbbell press. Some days when I don't do the overhead press on my back and shoulders hypertrophy day, I will actually do the dumbbell shoulder press as opposed, just as a movement if I can switch it up if I want to. But those are both movements I'm trying to get stronger on, and mainly I use OHP for building muscle, just because it's such a big movement. There's so many muscles that go into the movement. Usually after the second movement, I will go to a cable pull down, like a cable lat pull down, and then I will superset that with face pulls. And if you don't know what face pulls are, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like a little variation shoulder movement that you pull into your face, and then when you get to your face, you pull your arms out. There's some external rotation in the movement, so you can't really go heavy, but it's something that I do to keep my shoulders healthy and just to get a good burnout. I like the pump that it gives me in my shoulders and traps, and it's been shown to keep your shoulders healthy from the external rotation. But at the same time, when you're using external rotation up the shoulder, if you go too heavy, it could cause you harm. So I suggest not to go heavy whatsoever on that movement. I wouldn't go past 50 pounds if I were you. I like to stay anywhere from 35 pounds to 50 pounds and just focus on the squeeze and getting a good contraction. But anyways, that is my split Monday through Saturday. As you can tell, it starts out a powerlifting split and then it goes to a bodybuilding split. So by definition, that makes me a power builder. So that's what a power builder is. Me. Anyways, you guys have a great day. I'm a little sick, as you can tell, so I'm gonna go lay back down and talk to you guys tomorrow.